right, so I'm here and I'm getting ready to go inside. I'm gonna leave some of this stuff out in the car for now. Maybe they'll let me take it in a little bit later on break, but for the short term, I'm excited. I'm excited to get going, and I'll see if I can smuggle this in at some point.
So what's your name?
Sam Alexander.
And why are you taking the WSET Level 2 today?
I'm a server at a fine dining restaurant in Baton Rouge, and it's just a passion of mine for wine and learning about it. And my brother and his wife are taking this class, and I talked to them about it and just got to be able to read a little of the information and being able to opportunity to try all these different wines and truly learn about it and dive into the geography and the little bit of the minutia about it just really interests me. And so I was very happy with it.
Is serving how you got into wine, or did you stumble into it another way?
Almost how I got into it. I'll say I wasn't a big wine drinker. I started off really with beer, and serving, I had to taste all the wines we sold by the glass. And so you start expanding your palate and learning that it's not just the $5 wine you find at Walmart.
So what did you get out of today's course?
Definitely a appreciation for the more obscure grape varieties. I'd never really had like a Sauternes, a real sweet wine that was spectacular with real nice dried, apricots, and I never had a lot of the Spanish wines that we had tried, and a lot of the nuanced white Italian wines.
Are there any other ones that you tried that you realized that you want to go back and research further?
Definitely the heavier Spanish wines. I'll say there was a lot of good like medium range palate on there, and so it essentially lets you pair it with a lot of things.
Was there anything that you felt just hit a light bulb today, like you had been in the dark about, and then all of a sudden just blew open the doors, and now it's just stuck in your mind forever?
Definitely the Sauternes. Just having a wine that was that, not even just like sweet, but just like candy in your mouth was incredible.
I think one of the things I like about Sauternes is I feel like it has a soul.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's a great way to describe it.
Compared to a lot of sweet wines, it just has this like oomph to it. Like, I'm here.
I'll say that, and this we were able to try a vintage port. It was a '96, and so a lot of age, you want a good amount of sediment in the bottle, and like the flavors that were in that port were just fantastic. And in my opinion, port's one of my favorites, and it's like warms your entire body, and that was a great representation of it.
So do you feel like you got a lot out of this weekend? Do you feel like it was worth the money and the time?
Oh, absolutely. I would 100% recommend that if you have a passion about wine or are just interested in learning more about it. It's a great way to expand your knowledge.
So if you take the test and you pass the test, well, I'm not even going to say if, because you'll probably just pass the test because you were doing great in class. So when you take the test and you pass the test, are you going to be looking at going on to a level 3?
I believe so. I think I'm going to try and make a career out of the industry and hopefully learn as much as I can over the years.
What do you want your career in the industry to end up being?
That's a blank slate right now. I'm open to a lot of different opportunities and a lot of different life choices that I'm not pigeonholed into yet. So I'm pretty open.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, Sam.
Thank you.
So what's your name?
Judith Odeke.
So why did you come to the WSET Level 2?
Well, I took WSET Level 1, and I enjoyed it a lot, and then I decided I wanted to do more, so Level 2 was the natural next thing to do.
What do you plan on doing with the knowledge that you gained?
Well, I kind of chanced into wine when a friend of mine asked me to join him in a wine sales business, and so he ships wine right now from Europe to Asia, and he's thinking of expanding his beverage company to ship wines to Africa, and I'm originally from Africa, and he just kind of tapped me when we started looking into it, and I wasn't a big wine drinker, so I figured that I know that the marketing is really hard and you can't sell stuff you don't know anything about, so I decided I needed to gain some wine knowledge.
So what is one of the things that has changed in your mind since you've taken this course regarding either, I guess, your perspective of how wine's made or a region or the way things should taste? Like, what is something that just has totally flipped since you came into class?
Well, the fact that, for you to really say something about wine, you have to taste a lot of wines. A lot of people ask me, these days, like friends will be like, "Oh, what's your favorite wine?" I'm like, it depends. You know, I like Grand Cru, Right Bank Bordeaux, and you know, it depends. You know, like people just kind of assume that it's either you like, you know, Pinot Grigio, or like you like white wines or red wine, but you have to taste so many more wines to be able to like. Even I still feel like I can't even tell my favorite wine. I could tell you what I like right now, but I can't wait to taste more wines. You just have to taste more.
So is there anything that you identified that you want to research further?
Well, research, no, not really, but I know that I want to, you know, pursue more knowledge in wine. I just feel like, you know, for me to be able to get people to spend money on wines, I have to like be able to tell them a lot of stuff, you know. You just have to have the knowledge.
So we all have that one wine that we tried during this coursework over the last 2 days where we tried it and we're like, okay, I tasted it. That's all I need to do. I'm never going to touch this again. So did you have one of those during this coursework?
Yeah, the sherry.
The Fino sherry?
Yeah, the Fino sherry it was just kind of like, I didn't get the point. Yeah, I wouldn't go buy one from supermarket or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there were only like 2 people in our class that actually liked that sherry.
Yeah, and it reminded me actually. It's really funny because like I grew up in Africa, in Nigeria, and there's this fruit that's called udara, but people call it sherry. Like people would say the English name is sherry, and it was so funny because I took a glass of that, I smelled it. That was what I smelled. That fruit. Udara, exactly, and then the taste exactly the same. It was like so random and so weird, but like, you know, I mean, I'd rather take the fruit. I would.
Well, do you think you're going to be going on to the level 3 after you pass the level 2 exam?
Well, I've had the thing to do is, you know, if you want to get more certification, is to do the Court of Master Sommelier, the level 1 after the WSET level 2. So that's what I'm gonna do actually, is do that CMS level 1 and then be a somm and maybe come back to level 3.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, you got a path and I wish you good luck.
Well, thank you.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
Hey everybody, sorry for the crappy lighting. Just have the sun in my face for the last 2 hours, but I finally finished day 1 of the WSET level 2. I reviewed 23 wines today, and then I went and had food and actually had my first real glass of wine with my dinner. So that was nice. It's weird not tasting a wine and reviewing it and then going downstairs and having it with your wife. It's really weird, especially since there's so many bottles that were not completed, and it just makes me feel sad for them. It just makes me feel sad. So, like I said, I tasted 23 wines. We did Chardonnay, Chenin Blanc, Pinot Noir, Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot Cab Mix, Sancerre, I mean, gosh, Gewürztraminer. I mean, we did all sorts of stuff today. I'm tired. It takes a lot. Like I know this isn't like manual labor level tired, but mentally I'm tired. I still have another day of this, and then I have to do a 3.5 hour drive back to San Antonio. I'm not looking forward to that. But it is, I feel like it will be worth it in the end. It's just tiring. It's just tiring. I'm gonna cut it for today's vlog. I'll start a day 2 vlog. Hopefully I'll be more rested. Yeah, we'll see, just see how it goes. I'm hoping it goes well, but you never know, and I might get into it. I mean, there were a couple of times today that I was sitting here like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So like our course administrator was talking about how it's high, I'm getting it as medium. I'm saying it's dry, she's saying it's off dry. Then there were a lot of times where we connected, and then there were some times where the whole class was just out of sync. And then it makes me wonder, like, can I actually pass a level 3? Because it sounds like the evaluators do the sampling, and then you review your wine and you have to match up with the evaluators to get a certain number of points to pass that section of the test. If I'm not, I don't know if I can pass if I'm not 100% in sync with my evaluator. I mean, there were times where I was like, I taste chocolate. She's like, I totally agree. And I was like, I taste clove. And she's like, what are you talking about? It really makes me question things. But I mean, that's the whole point of taking this course, right? All right, so now I really am gonna cut the video. I will see you guys in another couple days with another vlog from my WSET experience in Houston. In the meantime, stay tuned, and I'll see you all soon.